Hello everyone. Welcome to your online class of physics of class 7th. I hope you all will be fine. Students, in my previous video I was explaining you lesson number 1 as your revision. So today in this video I will explain you the remaining part of lesson number 1. So let's begin our class. So today we will discuss about density. What is density? Density is mass per unit volume. So you know that each body has a certain mass and a definite volume. Mostly what happens, a body of more mass occupies more space. That is, volume occupied by a body increases if its mass is increased. But experimentally it is observed that equal masses of different substances have different volumes and equal volumes of different substances have different masses. Okay, so you can these observation you can understand by reading these activities. So you can read these activities. Okay, now from the above activities it is noted that 1 kg of sugar occupies more volume than 1 kg of iron. So we can say that iron is denser than sugar. In other words, the particles of iron are closely packed while those of sugar are loosely packed. Therefore, 1 kg of iron is denser than sugar, 1 kg of sugar. The second one is the mass of iron cube is more than the mass of identical aluminium cube. So we can say that iron is denser than aluminium. Same way, the mass of aluminium cube is more than the mass of identical glass cube. That is, aluminium is denser than glass. The mass of glass cube is more than the mass of identical wooden cube. So glass is denser than wood. Then a certain volume of milk has more mass than equal volume of water. So milk is denser than water. So by this, to distinguish between different substances, we use a term called density. Okay. Now, definition of density. What is density? The density of a substance is defined as the mass of a unit volume of that substance. If V is the volume of a substance and M is the mass, then density D is equals to mass upon volume. So what is density? Density of a substance is defined as the mass of a unit volume of that substance. Next one is, you can see here examples. The mass of an iron cube of volume 10 centimeter cube is found to be 78 gram. Therefore, the density will be mass upon volume. So mass is 78 gram and volume is 10 centimeter cube. Therefore, the density is 7.8 gram per centimeter cube. Now, the density of a substance does not change with a change in its shape or size. Okay. Unit of density. Density is equals to mass upon volume. Therefore, the unit of mass upon unit of volume. Therefore, the density of mass is kilogram per meter cube, or we can say that kg meter minus 3. And CGS unit is gram per centimeter cube. Now, relationship between the SI unit and the CGS unit. So, what is the relationship between SI unit and CGS unit? 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Okay. Now, do you know the density of almost all solids, liquids and gases decrease with the increase in temperature because they all expand on heating with the exception of water. Water contracts on heating from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius and then expands on heating above 4 degrees Celsius. Means the solid, liquid and gases expand when the density of all these increases because all these solid, liquid and gases expand on heating except water, because from temperature 0 to 4 degrees Celsius water contracts and above that temperature water expands. Second one is the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. It decreases when it is cooled from 4 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius, or it is heated above 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, speed. In class 6, we have learned that a body is said to be at rest when it does not change its position with respect to its surroundings, while a body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings. Now, when a body is in motion, means when a body moves, the length traveled by a body in a certain time is called the distance traveled by the body in that duration. Okay, it means suppose a body moves up till here in a certain interval of time, so we say that this is a distance moved by the body in that time duration. We see many moving objects around us. Now, to find which one is moving fast or slow, we measure the distance traveled by different objects in the same time interval. For example, if we compare the motion of a car and a bullock cart on a road, we find that car travels more distance than bullock cart in the same time interval. Means suppose we are taking an example of a car and a bullock cart. So both the vehicles, means both the car and the bullock cart, will travel an equal distance in a particular time duration. Similarly, a boy and on a bicycle travel longer distance in a certain than a boy on foot in the same time. Thus, the boy on foot is moving slower than the boy on bicycle. The ideas about the motion of a body, that is how fast or slow it is moving, is obtained by the quantity known as speed. So what is speed? The distance covered or traveled by a body in unit time is called the speed of the body. That is, speed is equals to distance traveled upon time taken. It is denoted by the symbol V. If a body travels d distance in time t, so its speed will be d upon t. And unit of speed is, SI unit is meter per second, and sometimes if we measure distance in kilometer and time in hour, so its speed, the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. Now the relationship between kilometer per hour and meter per second, 3.6 kilometer per hour is equals to 1 meter per second. However, if distance is measured in centimeter and time in second, then the unit of speed is centimeter per second, and 100 centimeter per second is equals to 1 meter per second. Now, 18 kilometer per hour is equals to 5 meter per second. And second is the speedometer of vehicles such as scooter, car, etc. shows the speed of the vehicle at that instant. Now, if the distance measured in kilometer and time in minute, then the speed has a unit kilometer per minute, and 1 kilometer per minute is equals to 16.67 meter per second. Now you can see here the approximate speed of some common objects. Now here are some examples, solved examples. You have to prepare these numericals also, solved as well as unsolved, that are given in the exercise part. You have to prepare both the numericals for your unit test. So this is all for today. You have to read the lesson carefully, because as I already told you in the previous video that 50% of the questions will be from inside the lesson and 50% from the exercise part. So you have to prepare your lesson properly. So this is all for today. Thank you.